Buongiorno a tutti. Hi, my name is Daniela Sfara, and with me is
Jack Romagnoli
from Romagnoli Farms. So later you're going to see in the kitchen a few beautiful things that I'm making from Romagnoli's products, but I wanted to show you some very special things because I'm all about tradition, I'm all about history, I'm all about culture, and of course food and Italian food. And the reason we're at Romagnoli Farms is because they have a beautiful story of tradition and culture. Jack, tell us a little bit about Nonna and Nonno.
Sure.
Where did they come from?
They came from Abruzzi.
Yep. And when did they arrive to Toronto?
About the turn of the century. So that's amazing. The grandfather came in 1899. He drove into Toronto after going to Brazil for a couple of years, getting to some misfortune there.
Oh my gosh.
And then in 1902 he came to Toronto, and he ordered his wife to come with him a couple of years later.
Story, and that's Enriqueta, vero?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And she came a couple of years later from the same little village.
Small town of Chieti in Abruzzo.
Rocco San Giovanni.
Yep, beautiful.
And then they dreamt of having a farm. And they lived in Toronto for a couple of years, and then 1919 they made the leap to Beamsville, which was a big step. They were the first Italian family in Beamsville, and it was different then, eh?
It was very different then, I'm sure.
Time.
I don't know, obviously.
Neither do I.
So when they arrived here, and this is very interesting because a lot of Italians are about agriculture and growing their own fruits and vegetables to produce a lot of the foods. Was this farm here, or did they plant themselves?
Excellent question. There's a lot of little details there. So they bought a vineyard that had orchards as well as part of it. And then over time, Grandpa started bringing other trees in from different parts of Italy and making changes. He wanted to grow peaches. After my father purchased the farm from my grandfather, I also purchased more farms in the area and expanded the operation. So it went from originally 15 acres to about 100 acres now.
Small.
Yeah. It's small for a farm, but for a fruit farm, there's thousands and thousands of trees, eh?
For someone that lives in the city, it's extremely massive. So yes, okay.
It requires lots of bodies. We have like 30 full-time employees.
That's amazing.
Peaches are a big part of our crop. Cherries, strawberries, apricots, plums, nectarines. I go on and on and on. Tomatoes, all the good stuff.
And it's all fantastic because I've actually been purchasing for many years from you. So it's all incredible fruit and produce, extremely fresh and wonderful. But we're here today for the peaches, and it sings to my soul because this is something that brings me back to childhood as well. Nonna, after every lunch or dinner, would take peaches during their season and cut them with that one particular knife that is the everything knife in every Italian home, and she would just slice them, not peel them, and put them in her wine, and that was the most flavorful thing I've ever tasted. And it just ignites so many beautiful memories for me.
The wine or the peaches?
Both.
Okay.
And Jack has those very peaches right here. So we're going to tell you a little bit about those particular peaches, and these are extremely Italian peaches. So obviously I enjoy them, but I want you to enjoy them as well.
That's true. These are called clingstone. And they're actually the variety called Katharina. They're yellow flesh, they're firm, they're juicy, they're really sweet, but they're more crunchy than they are soft and mushy.
And they're so gorgeous too. Is this one perfect for picking?
Yeah.
And so we twist it and then
twist
pull
and
it.
pull.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to cut it in half.
I would love to cut it in half. So can we taste it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and you've got the Italian knife too. That's why you were laughing. That's amazing.
Yeah. So when you open this thing up, give it a good twist.
Yep.
It's nice and bright yellow inside.
Beautiful. May I?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Some people like to peel them, but you know what? It's got that firmness, sweetness, texture.
There's a stunning crunch to it. It has such a beautiful taste.
There's fragrance too, eh? Yeah, there's fragrance.
Beautiful. And so this is perfect, correct me if I'm wrong, for canning, for making lots of desserts, for enjoying in wine.
Yeah, the good thing about these is they're considered, from an commercial industry standard, non-melting flesh. So when you cook them, preserve them, heat them up, they don't go mushy. They keep their texture.
Amazing. We know Romagnoli has beautiful peaches, but they also have stunning tomatoes, lots of different varieties as you can see, garlic, onions, beautiful variations of beans, cabbage, and lots of other produce for you to enjoy at home with your family.